Hi, I'm Graham and welcome back to Man vs Film. This is going to be a top 10 of movies that you can watch right now on Amazon Prime US for the month of December 2017. So let's get started. Number 10, FX. A movie special effects man is hired by a government agency to help stage the assassination of a well-known gangster. When the agency double-cross him, he uses his special effects skills to trap the gangster and capture the corrupt cop. FX is a movie that I've watched a lot through the years. It's one that I have a lot of fun with, but in reality I know that it's not much better than a really good episode of TV. It has that kind of aesthetic about it, but there's some good performances, especially from Brian Brown and Brian Dennehy as the two sort of guys at the heart of this mystery try to solve what the heck is going on. The fact that it uses special effects to sort of stop the bad guys is a really neat touch and really speaks to me and my movie fandom, so I love that aspect of it. It's not as good as the sequel, but it's still a very good film that I think is well worth checking out. Number 9, The Witches. A young boy recently orphaned is taken to England by his grandmother. At a hotel in which they are staying, a group of witches have gathered to prepare a plot to rid England of all children. Based on the novel by Roald Dahl, The Witches is one of those movies that's really terrifying when you're at the age this is aimed for, but as you get older it's not as scary. But boy, how that really affects a sort of younger audience. It's a really nice twisted tale headed by Angelica Houston, who is terrific as the head witch as she torments these kids. In fact, all the witches are just weird, freaky looking creatures in this, off-putting, strangely strict women who take off their disguises to reveal these really horrible pointed features and scabby bald heads, and oh, it's icky. Terrific movie if you've never seen it. Number 8, Romper Stomper. Nazi skinheads in Melbourne take out their anger on local Vietnamese, who are seen as threatening racial purity. Finally, the Vietnamese have had enough and confront the skinheads in all-out confrontation, sending them running away from justice. This movie is fairly interesting if you've never seen it before. It's a nice character study, but it's worth watching for one specific reason. This is Russell Crowe's breakout performance, and he is terrific as the head Nazi who takes things too far, can't handle the heat and has to go on the run. And it's a really nice study of this person who's conflicted with his beliefs, who's not too sure whether it's the right thing, the wrong thing, fleeing from justice, just constantly looking over his shoulder. It is a marvellous performance. Number 7 is 9 Lives. A stuffy businessman who takes his family for granted finds himself trapped in the body of his family's cat. If he doesn't find a way to change his behaviour, he will become trapped forever. 9 Lives was one of those movies that when I saw the trailer, I laughed out loud. It looks stupid. It looks beyond stupid. It looked atypical Hollywood crap. And I found it was actually quite fun. It was quite interesting. It had definitely aimed at a family audience, but it worked. It's got Kevin Spacey, Jennifer Gardner, who are terrific in the movie. The jokes land are pretty funny for both adults and kids. It's directed by Barry Sonnenfeld, the man who did The Addams Family, Men in Black, and I think it was unfairly maligned, unfairly put upon and given poor reviews. It's not fantastic, that's fair to say, but it's an enjoyable time. It's an enjoyable movie to check out, especially with the family. Number 6, Allied. In 1942, a Canadian intelligence officer in North Africa encounters a French resistance fighter on a deadly mission behind enemy lines. When they reunite in London, their relationship is tested by the pressure of war. Allied is directed by Robert Zemeckis, stars Brad Pitt and Marion Cotillard, and it is one of these movies that was ruined by the trailer. If you can't quite remember the trailer, or you never actually seen it and you just want to check out the movie, you'll probably find it quite exciting. But the trailer just gave you too much information about the movie. It's an interesting love story, it's an interesting action set piece, it gets particularly tense near the end and you're never quite sure who is good, bad or indifferent, or how it's going to play out, which would have been far more interesting had it not been for that darn trailer. Number 5 is Fences. Troy Maxson makes his living as a sanitation officer. Maxson once dreamed of becoming a pro baseball player, but he was deemed too old when the major leagues began admitting black athletes. Bitter over his missed opportunity, Troy creates tension in his family when he squashes his son's chance to play as a pro baseballer. That's a basic plot synopsis, but it doesn't really tell the full story. This is spent over a number of years. Denzel Washington is the main guy, Troy, and it's basically about how he affects his family with his behaviour throughout a good number of years. You know, it's tense, it's heartfelt, it's exciting, it's emotionally draining at times. Denzel Washington, as you would expect, is fantastic, and he is the director as well in this movie. It's one that kind of sipped by, got some good Oscar buzz, got an Oscar as well, and kind of faded off into the distance. But it's well worth checking out if you want a terrific drama, a kind of character study about this very flawed person. Number 4 is Speed Racer. A young driver, Speed Racer, aspires to become the champion of the racing world with the help of his family and his high-tech Mach 5 automobile. The Wachowski Speed Racer is unlike anything I had ever seen before. Again, this garnered terrible reviews, but it is a fantastic movie. It is pretty much like an anime up on screen with live action actors in it. It is terrific, it is exciting. I love the way the movie just goes so fast, all the way past like a racing car almost. The characters, the camera work, the colours on screen, it is terrific. One of my favourite movies of the year it came out, and I have lots of arguments about people about how enjoyable this flick is. I can't rate it highly enough. Number 3 is Bram Stoker's Dracula. The centuries-old vampire Count Dracula comes to England to seduce his barrister, Jonathan Harker's fiancée, Mina Murray, and inflict havoc on the foreign land. Francis Ford Coppola's amazing adaptation of Bram Stoker's book. This is stunning visually. It looks tremendous. When I rewatched this again, I was struck by how stunning some of the imagery is in the movie. And then you top it all off with this unbelievable performance by Gary Oldman as Dracula. Young, old, whatever, he is chewing on the scenery here. He is Dracula. He makes this movie work oh so well. And even though it came out in '92, this is one of the best, if not the best, adaptation of that novel I have seen. Every time I put it on, I am marvelled by the way it looks and the way it just captures me. Number 2 is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. A petty thief posing as an actor is brought to Los Angeles for an unlikely audition and finds himself in the middle of a murder investigation, along with his high school sweetheart and a quirky detective. Shane Black's Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is one of the best movies to come out this century, and that is just a fact. It's got a great performance by Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer and Michelle Monaghan as well, and it plays out like those kind of pulpy novels where a detective is investigating two different stories and, would you believe it, they kind of tie themselves together. It is full of witty dialogue, fun performances and a riveting story that holds up on rewatches. The humour in this thing as well really works well. It's not an out and out comedy, but it's got laugh out loud moments in it, and it bears up on rewatches. I have watched this a lot. I think it is a fantastic film. Number 1 is Rare Exports, A Christmas Tale. In the depths of a Corvatanturi Mountains, 486 metres deep, lies the closest ever guarded secret of Christmas. The time has come to dig it up. This Christmas, everyone will believe in Santa Claus. This is one of the best Christmas movies that you've probably never seen. It feels very much like Spielberg in the 80s, you know, that kind of Amblin feel, kind of like the Goonies, but with a darker sensibility to it as well. It's about, basically they've dug up Santa, and Santa is not a very nice person. He lives up to the legends of the Norse legends that came long before, and it's about this young boy who stumbles across this old man who appears to be an elf of some sort, and they go on this ridiculous adventure that is fraught with danger. It is action heavy, it is exciting, it's got a fantastic kid-centric performance as well. This is one of the best Christmas movies that nobody really seems to have heard of, and I think it's a real shame. And the fact that it's on Amazon Prime means, especially in December, I have to make this my number 1 movie. If you only watch one this month, you've got to watch Rare Exports. You need to experience it for yourself, and I want you to watch it. I want you to watch it, and I need you to come back and let me know in the comment box what you thought of it. So thanks for watching this video. If I missed any movie, or if there's something that should have been on my list that wasn't, let me know in the comment box below and I'll make sure to check it out, and it may make it onto my list next month. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next year on Man vs Film.